Hi gorgeous lights, welcome to an energy update for the 5th of December. We are still bridging energies at the moment, but the fluctuations are massive. So 1 minute you could be thinking, yep, I'm really fantastic, and the next minute thinking, gosh, I'm really, really tired. We're running in waves at the moment, very much so, and it's really important that you actually realise that the upgrades or changes that are going on with your body uniquely belong to you. Now, I'm seeing lots of people wanting to outreach and go, what is going on? I feel really backed into a corner. I'm getting lots of illuminations of where I need to put boundaries into place. I've talked about that we're in boundaries, discernment and clarity energy until about February next year. However, as we crunch forward into time, we're actually sitting into more and more clarity about what doesn't serve you anymore. Your patience will be getting thinner and thinner and thinner with people, bless them, as you realize that you're not turning up in a truthful alignment. So as we're shifting forward in energy, the truth of ourselves before it was cloaked under maybe childhood trauma, childhood programming, who you thought you should be for other people, is kind of being that veil around those things are getting thinner and thinner and thinner, and you'll be able to tell this with your patience and tolerance. So what is designed to do is actually bring up an amazing truthful alignment of what you actually need to do for yourself, your realness, your rawness, your vulnerability. All of those sorts of things are being addressed right at the moment. Now, the lines are being drawn between the roles that we have actually played for each other. So if you, I'll use this as an example, if you're sitting on empathetic tendencies, part of your soul level learning will be abandonment, betrayal, and rejection. And so you need a counterpart or a person that is willing to show up. It could be a parent, it could be a sibling, it could be a partner, to show up and show you those opposites alignments, which could be selfishness, which could be dishonesty, all of those sorts of things. We're really starting to see who's falling into what camp. Now, because we're all in it together, it's really, really important for you to step out and see the big picture of what's actually happening at the moment, the choices that we're being presented with to heal, without keeping a judgmental kind of crucifying alignment going of that person's wrong and I'm right. I don't have empathy for where they're coming from, or I don't understand where they're coming from, because the only way to get to a more unified front on the inside of you is to actually match those two halves to a whole. Now, this is shadow integration at its best, and to integrate your own shadow, you need to understand that you need to be shown the opposite of however way that you're turning up in the wrong way. So if you're a person that has really bad boundaries, does not tell people that that's been really frustrating that you did that, or that's frustrating that you did that, then the universe is going to send you people with really secure boundaries that will do exactly what they want to do, and you'll be going, oh my gosh, they're really selfish and they're really self-absorbed. No, they're just the way the universe will show you where you're actually out of balance, and it is necessary to have both sides of the equation to be able to see it. So there's lots of mirrors going on right at the moment. There's lots of illumination. There's lots of soul contracts actually ending because they can't be taken forward into the new energy unless both parties are willing to actually look at what they're addressing or address it together. This is going to form completely and utterly new ways of more raw, open and honest communication. Also, there's this amazing, beautiful energy that's starting to come in for masculine in the new year, which Spirit has beautifully called the hero energy. Now, hero energy can be masculine, but if you're feminine, you're feminine, masculine anyway. It's a balancing counterpart on the inside of you. You need to be masculine enough to be assertive and feminine enough to be submissive. There are balances to an equation. So we keep pulling this dynamic with ourselves of actually not realizing that we've had no real healthy teachers about on the planet for a long period of time, due to our societal programming, that have actually taught us to be really secure in the way that we actually turn up. We're getting illuminations with our shadows right at the moment to see if we can come into unity in ourselves to take the next step up. So as you can imagine, talking about all of that, and even when I'm listening to the guides talking about it, I'm like, wow, that's a lot of stuff that we're processing right at the moment. And they're like, yes, and also we're sending more light towards the planet to enable you to make this transition. Well, if you send more light, then there's a corresponding extra bit of darkness at exactly the same time. The intensity is building, it's seriously building. Now, a lot of the planet do not want to look at themselves. They don't want to, and do you know what? They don't have to. They don't have to. They're illuminators for those who do want to look at themselves as well. And the only way through into the next dimension is through ourselves. Seriously, it's through ourselves. So those that are awake and aware, and there's more and more people are waking up and going, I don't want to turn up this way. The souls are being activated, which is really, really lovely. But we're forgetting that the evolution is personal. It's a completely personal evolution. So in this energy right at the moment, you have to be doubly kind to yourself, but also step back a little bit and let people evolve or not the way that they're supposed to, because the old energy was all about responsibility. Whether it was displaced or you've been given it from childhood, you are wanting to release extra added responsibility emotionally that you've put on yourself, because you're not here to carry anybody else. No one is here to carry anybody else. And a client said to me the other day, and I totally understand that, this only happens as you get older. Well, probably or probably not. In the evolution that's uniquely belongs to each person, you might have somebody in their 20s that suddenly has this realization. And certainly because a lot of the younger ones are here for the future, they're quicker, faster, smarter at working it out than some of the older ones are anyway. It's just evolution. There's no concrete timeline about where everybody has to be at the same level all at the same time. This is your soul contract with yourself coming into play here, being given the opportunity to consciously choose evolution or not. Step back a little bit, absolutely observe what is actually happening right at the moment, and do the work on yourself. Start loving yourself, appreciating yourself. I know when the guides have said this, and they've said this for a lifetime, how hard it is to stop your internal thought patterns. I should have, could have, would have, or why wasn't I nicer, or I could have said that a little bit differently. Yep, you can do an absolute number on yourself, but all that judgment is going to do on the inside of you is pull judgmental people towards you, so you can be shown where your wound is. And literally the wounds are being shown left, right and centre, so shadow integrations can actually start to be looked at. Again, it's a free choice. You can't drag people forward. You may have to let those people go that are not willing to actually enter into a more honest way of being. We have not been taught to be emotionally intelligent. We're having to relearn to be emotionally available for ourselves, let alone be emotionally available for other people as well. So the point of the energy at the moment, it's intense. Can you be kind to yourself? Please do, because these integrations are going to be crucial for people as well to rebalance, and sometimes in the most abrupt way we need to be shown what level we need to put ourselves first, love ourselves and appreciate ourselves, so that we can actually do the shadow integration as well. Now, this is particularly hitting empaths or people with empathetic tendencies right at the moment, because these soul contracts are under scrutiny. So the counterparts, whether it is, as I said, a parent, a sibling, a friend, a relationship, they are all being gifted with the opportunity to evolve really, really quickly, and it could be the collapse of that soul contract because people worked it out or not. We're being really, really asked to look at cycles and patterns and what needs to change, and the change starts with you. So please look after you in this energy, and we're all in it together, so we might as well cut everybody some slack as much as we can. Focus on your clear boundaries, your clarity, and the understanding that you get from that, but above all, sit in compassion for this leg of the journey. That would be awesome. Take care of you.